You ever play a horror game that's more weird than scary? Like the kind where you're not sure if you should be scared or just confused? I played two of those recently, and they were definitely something. So here's the deal. I played Hold It and Backrooms Escape the Rat. Both are short, free horror games. One just made in 48 hours by students, and the other, it feels like it was made in about the same amount of time, just with more rats and rage. Now, slight issue. I somehow recorded everything with my mic off. I know. So instead of live commentary, I'm talking through what I thought while playing and how I felt afterwards. Kind of a voiceover review, with some honesty and mild disbelief. One of these games really nailed the vibe. It captured that childhood fear of walking to the bathroom at night and sprinting back like something is chasing you. The other, honestly, the scariest part was how often I got stuck inside the walls. Also, both are free downloads. Let's start with the game that understood nighttime dread, even if the sound design didn't quite land. Alright, first up is Hold It, a tiny game jam project built in 48 hours for the theme Don't Move. The premise is beautifully basic. You've got to make it back to your bedroom while monsters roam your house. That's it. Somehow, that tiny premise taps into something way bigger. The primal, universal, irrational sprint from the bathroom at 2 a.m. energy. I definitely remember having some moments like that when I was a kid. This game nails a feeling most horror games ignore. The I shouldn't run, but I need to panic. It's pretty simplistic, and they did make it in 48 hours, so honestly, I don't have too many gripes with it. As a student project, the bones are solid. The layout and pacing could use some work, but the premise is definitely there. It's a clever translation of the theme. Honestly, though, if I was gonna pick something to complain about, I would say it could really do with better sound design. The atmosphere would be so much stronger if there was a little bit more to the track than maybe just ambient noises. Maybe some distant floor creaks, vent hum, maybe some doors opening and closing, even a subtle heartbeat that ramps as you're going away from the creatures. The creatures don't make any noise themselves. Even just the sound of my footsteps could really set the tone. Honestly, though, it's short, it's free, it's a student project, no real complaints here. Alright, let's talk Backrooms Escape the Rat, a game that sits squarely in the backrooms slot bucket, but with one standout: the atmosphere. You wake up in the standard beige maze, there's cheese to collect, and somewhere out there, a rat wants you gone. It's simple, it's familiar, and honestly, it's pretty silly. The soundscape hooks you though. There's this constant, uneasy bed of noise that keeps your shoulders tight even when nothing is happening. It feels like something is about to. The rat's presence is always implied, which keeps you bracing for a sprint you can't plan. Here's the clever trick: the rat never sounds closer or farther away. I'm not sure if it was intentional or just how things happened. And to be honest, that's frustrating design if you think about it, because you can never get positional cues. It accidentally creates a unique kind of tension. You're always on edge because you never quite know where the rat is unless you see it. There's two modes in this game, easy and hard, but unfortunately, I never made it to the hard mode, and you'll see why if you watch. I spent close to 30 minutes trying to play this game. Every time I would get enough cheese to almost win, I would get stuck in a wall. And to be honest with you, it's a little frustrating because if you look at the page, the developer basically just says, if you get stuck, just try again. And while the game isn't hard per se, it's pretty easy to find cheese. Sometimes I would get stuck in the wall just by trying to pick up the cheese, which is more frustrating than anything, to be honest with you. If you love the liminal hum of the backroom spaces and don't mind jank, try easy mode for the vibes and a few adrenaline spikes. Expect confusion and some inevitable retries. If you're allergic to getting stuck or losing long runs to bugs, skip this for now and check back after some updates. There's a solid horror loop buried here, it just needs to respect the player's features to shine. If they just fix the collision, I think we probably would be on the right track. Alright, quick wrap up. Hold It is a tiny idea that works because it feels like a memory. The hallway sprint, the hush, the urge to freeze. Backrooms Escape the Rat is a bigger idea that shines through in its atmosphere but stumbles in its fairness, and honestly, it just needs to have some stuff fixed. One is vibe first and could use stronger sound, the other is sounds is awesome, but could use stronger respect for your time. Here's my challenge to you. Try them for yourself and see what you think. Did Hold It trigger that late night dread, or did it need more audio teeth? And for Rat, did you make it to hard mode without getting stuck? Because I certainly didn't. If you beat easy and unlocked hard, brag in the comments. I want your route and how the rat felt at max speed, because I never saw it. Got any awesome short horror games you'd like to see me play? Drop them down below. I'll keep pulling from suggestions all month long, and next time I'll make sure to keep my mic on. Try it yourself and let me know if you got the hard mode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror. Catch you next time.